Okay, today we're going to be learning we're going to be conducting Battle Drill 4, React to an Ambush Near. Reacting to an near ambush indicates that the enemy is within grenade throwing range. So on our battlefield right now, we have a convoy of troops that are traveling on a road between two hills, not very big hills, two smaller hills, and we have some guys out on the side, but this is the main convoy leading down the road right now. And so when we are reacting to an ambush, the conditions are the unit is moving tactically, conducting operations. The enemy initiates contact with direct fire within hand grenade range. All or part of the unit is receiving accurate enemy direct fire. So for this example, we'll say that these two units off to the side providing security for the main convoy are going to receive the majority of the direct fire coming from the enemies on the hill. There's no enemies on this hill, just this hill right here. So the cue for Battle Drill 4 is this drill begins with the enemy when the enemy initiates ambush within hand grenade range. The standards: dismounted soldiers in the kill zone immediately return fire on known or suspected enemy positions and assault through the kill zone. The soldiers not in the kill zone locate and place well-aimed fire, suppressive fire on the enemy. The unit assaults through the kill zone and destroys the enemy. So the tasks and steps the tasks and steps in this battle drill start with the dismounted units. So that is going to be these two units here that are flanking the convoy, providing security. So the enemy will start direct accurate fire on these two squad-size elements, and they will the first task or step is soldiers in the kill zone, which would be these two squads. Return fire immediately. If cover is not available, immediately and without order or signal, assault through the kill zone. So these two squads that are flanking on the side are going to start moving directly toward, well, if there's no cover available. If there is cover available, they will move immediately to the cover without order or signal. And they will provide cover for themselves. But for right now, we're just going to say in this instance that these two squads on the side have no cover whatsoever. So they're going to start immediately moving towards the enemy fire and assaulting through the kill zone. Okay, number 2, returning fire immediately. If cover is not available without order or signal, occupy the nearest covered position and throw smoke grenades. So if these two squads are, if enemy makes contact with the two squads that are flanking, and there is cover available for them when they're reacting to fire, they're going to immediately move to cover without order or signal from their higher ups, and they're going to pop smoke in the direction of the enemy fire, so the enemy is unable to see the rest of the convoy, or at least the squads that are under direct fire. So then we'll move on to returning fire immediately. Soldiers in the kill zone assault the ambush position using fire and movement. So if the two squads that are flanking the convoy do not have any type of they don't have any type of cover, they're going to immediately just rush if they're in the kill zone, they're immediately going to rush the enemy, and with fire and movement, they're going to try to dismay the enemy, and they're either going to get up the hill or they're going to die trying, basically. So the soldiers not in the kill zone identify the enemy location, and they place well-aimed suppressive fire on an enemy position to accommodate soldiers in the kill zone's assault. So if we had, we'll say this is a dismounted unit. Oh, I forgot to mention, right when the oh no, that's it. Yeah, so this is a mounted unit. These larger rocks will be mounted units, and we're not at their step yet, but we'll say another squad, let's say on this side, can flank around the hill, and maybe there's a hill over here that they can get on top of, and they can support these two squads that are under direct fire, and they can support them, and they're going to place well-aimed fire, accommodating for the squads assaulting through the kill zone and up into the enemy's position. So once these two squads, let's say they do make it up the hill and they're able to get into the enemy's dug-in position, then this squad or this element over here is going to probably cease fire at that point, because they're in direct they're in a direct line of fire. So they're either going to cease fire or shift left as the enemy retreats left, or they might retreat right. So at that point, they would cease fire as well because they have their allies. They have all their allies in this general area, but in this general area, there's nothing. So they can keep firing to the left. Okay. So after that, so the soldiers initially in the kill zone will assault through the position and destroy the enemy. And after the smoke settles, the unit leader reports the contact to higher headquarters. Okay, assaulting through enemy positions. So as for our mounted units, vehicle gunners in the kill zone immediately return fire and deploy vehicle smoke. So let's say we have a Humvee out over here on this side and a squad, and they're flanking on this side for some reason, and these two are in the kill zone right now, and they're still on our convoy. And so when a mounted unit starts immediately taking fire, the vehicle gunners in the kill zone immediately return fire and deploy vehicle smoke while moving out of the kill zone. So they'll pop smoke and return fire approximately at the same time, and they'll try to move out of the kill zone, maybe back into the convoy where there are other vehicles, or maybe behind the convoy, or maybe over here to where they can't see them. Soldiers in disabled vehicles in the kill zone immediately obscure themselves from the enemy with smoke, dismount if possible, seek covered positions, and return fire. And that just kind of goes along with kind of like what you would do if you were just a squad. Even a squad's even going to do that. They're going to immediately find cover. So if this vehicle becomes disabled, then then everybody's going to exit the vehicle immediately, find some type of cover, and obscure themselves with smoke if possible, and then they're going to start returning fire as soon as possible. So see on this, vehicle gunners and soldiers outside of the kill zone identify the enemy positions. They place well-aimed suppressive fire on the enemy and shift fire as the soldiers assault the objective. So it's the same premise as earlier in Battle Drill 4. Let's say this vehicle is able to get up on this hill and their 50 cal can reach them easy. This vehicle and this squad might not even have to go up to the hill if they get a good enough position, or maybe they come over here and they're able to start assaulting from this end, so they'll move over here. This vehicle might be disabled and this squad's pinned down, so this 50 cal can start laying down fire, and then that gives them the ability to, the rest of the convoy to maybe reinforce these squads and come around and start flanking maneuvers, and then they can start assaulting up the hill. This 50 cal will shift, it'll find their well-aimed fire, their suppressive fire, and it will more than likely shift left away from the rest of the troops, if need be. Going down to D, the unit leader calls for and adjusts indirect fire and requests CAS according to MET-TC. Soldiers in the kill zone assault through the ambush and destroy the enemy, and the unit leader reports the contact to higher headquarters. So after all of the smoke settles, basically the unit leader is going to they're going to adjust indirect fire, and they're going to request CAS according to MET-TC. And so this is basically just an after action. This is all after action. Okay, and that is Battle Drill 4, reacting to an ambush near.